Every night, it starts the same way. One more story, one more hug, one more anything but sleep. And somehow, bedtime turns into a full negotiation meeting. Here's the strange part. The harder we try to make bedtime work, the worse it seems to get. What finally ended our bedtime battles wasn't firmer rules or earlier bedtimes. It was a simple 10-minute connection. And once you understand why it works, bedtime starts to make a lot more sense. Because bedtime battles aren't really about sleep. They're about separation. At the end of the day, your child's body is tired, but their brain isn't done yet. By bedtime, the thinking part of the brain is already exhausted. The emotional part is still wide awake. So when we say, it's time to sleep, what your child hears is, we're about to disconnect. That's why the requests start piling up. Another story, another hug, another trip out of bed. Not because they're trying to delay sleep, but because their nervous system is asking one last question. Are we still connected even when I let go? And when that question isn't answered, their body stays alert. And an alert body doesn't fall asleep easily. So the real question isn't how to make bedtime stricter. It's how to help the nervous system feel safe enough to rest. Every night before sleep, we set aside just 10 minutes. No phone, no teaching, no correcting behavior. Just full attention. And here's the part that matters. This isn't extra playtime. It's emotional refilling. For 10 minutes, your child isn't being prepared for sleep. They're being prepared for separation. They get your presence, your voice, your calm nervous system. And once that connection is felt, their body doesn't need to keep asking for it. Because when the cup is full, the nervous system can finally let go. The key isn't what you do during those 10 minutes. It's how you do them.
Step 1. Let your child choose. For those 10 minutes, your child chooses the activity. A book, drawing, talking, or just lying next to you. The choice itself is the point. Because all day, children are told what to do, when to do it, and how fast to do it. This is the one moment where their body feels agency, inside a safe boundary. And when a child feels a sense of control, their nervous system softens. Step 2. Narrate, don't teach. During these 10 minutes, resist the urge to fix or instruct. No lessons, no reminders, no bedtime warnings. Instead, narrate what you see. You really love when we slow down together. Your body looks tired, but your heart still wants closeness. You're not correcting behavior, you're regulating emotions. And when emotions are regulated, behavior follows naturally. Step 3. End clearly, not suddenly. This part is crucial. The 10 minutes need a clear ending. Let your child know ahead of time. 2 minutes left, one more page. Then end calmly, not abruptly. When the ending is predictable, the brain doesn't panic. Over time, your child's nervous system learns something new. Connection doesn't disappear at bedtime. It just pauses, safely. Here's why 10 minutes works better than an hour. Sleep isn't something you can force. It's something the nervous system allows. When a child feels connected, their stress response turns down. Heart rate slows, breathing deepens, the body shifts out of alert mode. But when connection is missing, the nervous system stays on guard. That's when you see the stalling, the tears, the endless requests. The 10-minute connection does one simple thing. It sends a clear signal to the brain, I'm safe, I'm seen, I can rest. And once that signal lands, sleep stops being a battle. Because calm doesn't come from control, it comes from connection. When parents say, I tried this and it didn't work, it's usually because of one of these. Mistake number 1. Turning it into a reward. If the 10 minutes only happen after good behavior, it stops being connection. It becomes a transaction. And a nervous system can't relax when it's busy earning closeness. Mistake number 2, teaching during the 10 minutes. This is the sneaky one. We say we're connecting, but we're really correcting. After this, you need to sleep. Tomorrow, don't do this again. The moment teaching starts, the nervous system tightens. Mistake number 3, skipping predictability. No clear start, no clear end. Sometimes it's 5 minutes, sometimes 30. That uncertainty keeps the brain alert. Predictability is what makes the 10 minutes feel safe. Mistake number 4, expecting instant perfection. This isn't a magic switch. For some kids, you'll see a change in a few nights. For others, it takes repetition. What you're building isn't obedience, it's trust, and trust grows through consistency. If bedtime has felt like the hardest part of your day, you're not doing anything wrong. Your child isn't being difficult. Their nervous system just needs help landing. 10 minutes won't make you a perfect parent, but it can change how bedtime feels. Not quieter, calmer. If this resonated, save it for tonight, or share it with a parent who needs easier nights. You're building safety, one connection at a time.
Goodbye, everyone. See you next time.